Hey! Would you like to zoom through the air like this? In Mario vs Luigi Online, this technique is known as Hyperspeed, and in this video I will explain what it is, how to do it, and how to use it effectively.
Let's go!
What is the Hyperspeed? Hyperspeed is a technique that allows you to move faster than normal, and there are several variations of it, such as Ground Hyperspeed, Slope Hyperspeed, Starman Hyperspeed, Mega Hyperspeed, Water Hyperspeed, Spinner Hyperspeed, and Snapping Hyperspeed. Let's start with the easiest one, the Ground Hyperspeed. But before starting, you need to know that the common point with every hyperspeed is that when using it, you don't want to input right or left, as that would reset you to the regular speed. So let's see that in practice. For the ground pound hyperspeed, hold the down button to ground pound onto a slope. Jump and release your directional inputs. If done correctly, you should be moving really fast, so not like this. But of course, you need to be always jumping, because otherwise... Now if you wanna stop, the best way of doing so is by doing a ground pound cancel. Ground pound, then press up to cancel it, and boom, you're at a full stop. But you might notice something. After 2 jumps, you will do a triple jump. And when landing, you will stop instantly, killing your momentum. And we don't want that. To prevent this, you can crouch, so you will never do a triple jump. But be careful though, as you can't shoot, wall jump or ground pound when crouching. So I recommend alternating crouches with regular jumps. And congratulations! You now know how to do the first hyperspeed. The slope hyperspeed works similarly, except instead of ground pounding, you slide down the slope and perform a regular hyperspeed. It's usually not as fast as the ground pound version, but it does allow you to reset your double jump, which is pretty nice. There is also a closely related variation known as the staircase hyperspeed, which works the same way but uses a staircase instead of a slope, in which you simply run down to build speed. For both of these hyperspeeds, the steeper the slope or staircase is, the more speed you will gain.
No! What the hell? This game is free! No,
The Mega Hyperspeed is the same as the ground pound and slope hyperspeed, just instead you have a Mega. Megas can slide down slopes. It's quite essential in desert and sky if you don't want people to escape from you too easily. The water hyperspeed is a bit special, as the water itself doesn't allow you to gain more speed, of course. The idea is to perform a hyperspeed some other way before entering the water. That's what the water hyperspeed is. The water slows you down, so if you keep jumping out of the water repeatedly, you will keep your speed for longer.
let's go! Oh my god!
Now, the hyperspeed everyone's been waiting for. The Starman Hyperspeed. One of the hardest variations to master, but it's also the most useful one. Have you ever noticed that every time you use a Starman, you lose speed every time you jump, compared to when you're running? Well, the Starman Hyperspeed resolves that issue. To perform this technique, you need to run and release the left or right directions right before jumping to keep your speed in the air. Now, you will probably do triple jumps, but I really recommend not crouching this time because of how fast you will be going. Instead, you should press forward right before landing. If done perfectly, you won't lose any time. There are a few tricks that go with Starman Hyperspeed. For example, to not have the slow startup, you can ground pound a slope and then run to reach your max speed. Or if you want to drop from a ledge while keeping the speed, you need to release your directional input right before falling. And it's even possible to keep the speed of your Starman long after it has run out with crouches. But if there's really one thing that you need to know, it's that the Starman Hyperspeed needs a lot of practice if you don't want to hit every single wall. But if you do it well enough, your Starman will get you twice as many stars as you would normally. Next hyperspeed to learn is the spinner hyperspeed. Like the others, you need to release the direction you're holding as you jump off the spinner to keep the speed. But the best part with this one is that it can be combined with other hyperspeeds to go flying above the entire map. And finally, the last hyperspeed I will talk about is the snapping hyperspeed. It's a form of mega hyperspeed that you can only do on Sky. For the mega, it can be quite insane. You need a precise alignment to jump inside the slope and then jump again as soon as you can. And it's even possible to do it twice in a row. And that's all the hyperspeeds you can learn. But when should you use them? When you have a Mega or Starman, you should use the hyperspeeds whenever you can. It makes your item much more powerful. When you don't have a special item, it's really useful to get stars first, to get away from threats, to do some crazy attacks. Also, I will add that if you want to train your Starman hyperspeed or Mega hyperspeed, using the Vix mod can allow you to spawn as many Starmans and Megas you want in solo for training. I hope you learned something today, and if you did, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. Thank you very much for watching this video, and see you next time. See ya!